China and Russia are building Europe's railway with the goal of making it the most important transportation center in this part of Europe. This is definitely a worldwide effort. When the train is completed, traveling between the two places will take less than 3 hours rather than 8. Even though the project is not a large piece of infrastructure in Europe, it is critical to the country. This rail is located in Serbia. Over the previous 30 years, China's railway construction has made remarkable progress. The high-speed railway has a distance of around 40,000 kilometers, which is sufficient to circle the globe, and the whole railway mileage has reached 140,000 kilometers. In accordance with China's One Belt, One Road concept, China has assisted several countries in developing infrastructure, raising the quality of life for millions. Beginning in July 2018, Serbia plans to upgrade and rebuild the Hungary-Serbia railway link. Instead of holding a competition for this project, Serbia inked a deal for $943 million with China and Russia. The European Union, on the other hand, has prohibited China and Russia from cooperating to finish a 9.43-year-old railway project in Serbia. They don't seem to want Serbia to become too close to China and Russia. In Hungary, the initiative has likewise met with significant criticism. During the building of the project, some questioned its viability. Several countries have placed pressure on Serbia and Hungary. Jurassic, Serbia's leader, delivered a public declaration. The ancient Serbian railway can only run at 40 km, which is nothing near the speed of motorbikes, which is unheard of in modern society. Train speeds may be increased from 40 km per hour to 200 km per hour by delaying them. This has long been a long-held dream of the Serbian people and under pressure from all walks of life. He will support everything that is beneficial for Serbia and enhances the populace's level of living. The three nations ultimately put the idea into motion and finished it officially, allowing Serbia to upgrade its aging railway infrastructure. Serbia's future will be represented by the reconstructed high-speed rail. If you know the history of the Hungary-Serbia railway, you'll understand why Serbia is apprehensive of international pressure to change. Although the ancient route was built at the end of the 19th century and only moved at a pace of 40 kilometers per hour on average, the fastest high-speed train today works at 490 kilometers per hour, or 120 kilometers per hour, or 120 kilometers per hour. Faster than the global norm. Terrible for a country's freight transportation, severely reducing transportation capacity and jeopardizing economic development. The former train services were reliable. Train breakdowns and delays were common. Driving back and forth between the two cities takes 4 to 5 hours, wasting a lot of time. Because of the tough commuters' work hours, Serbia functions as an important communication center for the European Union, Turkey, and Russia. Serbia was once a torn and shattered country. However, Serbia split after 1992, and the damage to the country's industry and economy was significantly greater. As a result, the service sector is the primary engine of their economy. The country's ability to endure threats is especially lacking. Serbia is keen to strengthen its industrial and technology sectors and become a great nation due to the country's high concentration of service businesses. Because both the Hungarians and the Serbs have a turbulent history in Hungary, it is time to improve the railway. The 350-kilometer long Serbia Railway connects Belgrade, Serbia's capital, with Budapest, Hungary's capital, with Budapest, Hungary's capital. The B&O railway stretch in Serbia was built in collaboration between China and Russia. The sorrowful portion of Belgrade-Novi is separated into two halves. The Old Peso portion of the Old Peso-Nova SAD segment is 80 kilometers long. The segment of the train built in Switzerland was built by a Russian company, while a German business was responsible for the monitoring equipment. The enhanced railroad will have dual use. The journey time between Belgrade, Serbia's biggest city, and nobody named Serbia's second largest city is slashed in half, from 90 minutes to 30. 3 minutes. People may travel more effectively by more than 50 for around 3 Serbian EDNAs, or approximately $2.50, making this the most advantageous railing route in all of Europe. A beautiful modern railway station with spacious lounges and a children's play area. There are numerous types of Wi-Fi accessible, ranging from the general idea to the particular of the train, and internet rates are pretty fast. It doesn't matter if it's the camera, the indication screen, or the lug. If Serbia continues to expand its rail system, it will have the most modern rail system in Europe by 2025. At this pace, it is almost on par with China's high-speed rail. Following the completion of the Hungary-Serbia Railway, the whole railway line will be operational. Budapest, Hungary's capital, and Belgrade, Serbia's capital, and Belgrade, Serbia's capital, will be separated by less than 3 hours. Rebuilding and upgrading the Hungary-Serbia Railway may improve travel for residents along the route, promote social and economic progress, expand connection between the two nations, and encourage economic and commercial exchanges and cooperation. So, how did the Chinese contractors rebuild and reinvigorate the Hungary-Serbia Railway? In reality, the China-Europe Railway Express provided a Jurassic with the opportunity to strongly insist on cooperating with China. The China-Europe Railway Express is an intermodal train that operates between China and Europe, as well as other countries along the Belt Route. Since 2020, the China Railway Express has been effective in maintaining the safety of the pandemic, affected supply chain and an industrial network. While traveling by water or air is no longer simple, the China-Europe Freight Railway has an influence. Excellent stability, low cost, and high operational efficiency as compared to sea and air transportation. The China-Europe Freight Train provides cheaper transportation costs in a shorter trip time, making it a perfect alternative for items requiring vast transit, large volume, and stringent punctuality. So how did the Chinese architects modernize and rejuvenate the starving Serbia? In reality, the China-Europe Railway Express provided an opportunity for a Jurassic to firmly demand on collaborating with China. While it was no longer possible to go by water or air, the China-Europe Freight Railway still exists. Excellent stability, low cost, and high operational efficiency as compared to sea and air transportation. The China-Europe Freight Train provides reduced transportation costs in a shorter trip time, making it a perfect alternative for items requiring vast transit, large volume, and stringent punctuality. So far, the China-Europe Railway Express has opened 82 lines that can link to the bulk of European cities. Food, clothes, shelter, and transportation are all examples of items that may be relocated. There are further 50, three groupings with about 15,000 distinct variety. The large Chinese market provides Europe with immense economic potential, and many European enterprises take use of it. Europe Railway stated a desire to sell their products in order to improve sales of European goods. As a result, there is no longer a financial worry. Serbia has long been aware of the impact of the China-Europe Railway Express on European commerce. He has also seen the substantial improvements brought about by China's infrastructure. The economies of various countries have long been enhanced by China's international initiatives along the Belt and Road and Road. To keep up, they have been preparing by building railways, developing their own economy, and changing the status quo. A segment of Serbia's railway is already operational this year, with 1140 trains traveling on average 38 times daily between Belgrade and Nobody mentioned transporting around 221,700 passengers. Aside from this railway, several Serbian projects are being carried out with Chinese support. There will be expressways and future railway plans to collaborate with China. Serbia is currently the only nation in Europe that allows Chinese citizens to visit without a visa. China and Serbia are currently trading for $5 billion. Serbia has seen a huge increase in Russian passengers since the EU banned all flights from the EU, which is not a favorable trend. China is aggressively constructing infrastructure in Europe. China won the contract for the Swedish subway expansion project in early 2020. The longest subterranean art gallery in the world is housed in one of Sweden's most prominent contemporary constructions.